Hello students, today we are going to start the third type of connective tissue, that is specialized connective tissue. In the earlier chapter, in this earlier part, we have completed the two parts of the connective tissue, that are the connective tissue proper and dense connective tissue. So in this video, we are going to start with the specialized connective tissue, and under the specialized connective tissue we have seen there are two types of tissue. One is skeletal type of connective tissue and the second type is fluid type of connective tissue. So under the skeletal connective tissue we have two types of skeletal connective tissue. One is bone, another is cartilage. So in this part, first of all we will start with the cartilage, and after the completion of cartilage we will move to the bone. So first of all, let us start the cartilage. What is cartilage actually? Where it is present? What is the composition and how it is present? So first of all, we should know what is the cartilages. See, on the tip of the nose, on the ear, that pinna region, in these regions, what we can see actually some elastic type of structure, which is, yes, this is harder than dense connective tissue, but it is softer than the bones. So this is the cartilage which help actually the skeletal structure of our body. Our endoskeleton is actually given a support by this cartilage, right? So remember always that the cartilage will help and support the body parts to give a proper shape. So let's just move to the structure of the cartilage. First of all, we should know that the cartilage, it is dense, it is harder. So it is harder than dense connective tissue and softer than bone, right? This cartilage, this is a very important structure that it support and provide shape to the body parts, right? Now the next thing, that whenever, in case of vertebrates, whenever we were in the embryonic state, then first of all our body was started with the cartilaginous endoskeleton, and that cartilaginous endoskeleton, this is replaced by the bones later on in the embryonic state. So first of all, in embryonic state we have cartilaginous endoskeleton, right? Remember that this is the cartilage. Now whenever it comes to the composition of cartilage, that means how many structures are present in the cartilage. See, what is the composition, right? So what is the composition? First thing we should know that this cartilage is going to have the three components. Like already in the connective tissue we have started with, whenever we are started with the connective tissue proper, then we have studied that the connective tissue have three parts. One is the cell part, second is the matrix, and third type is fiber. Similarly in cartilage also we are going to see three components. What are the components? See, first of all the cells, right? So here you can see there are the cells like chondrocyte, chondroblast and chondroclast. Along with that, we are going to also have the fiber producing cell, that is known as fibroblast, right? First of all, let us write, and after that I will tell you the function of each cell. Then the second component is the matrix, So this matrix is the homogeneous, pliable, that means it is flexible fluid. Okay, and the third part is the fiber. That fiber is of two types, both white and yellow fibers are present. So first of all, see in this composition part that here you can see the cells, three types of cells. These cells are chondrocyte, chondroblast and chondroclast cell. We need to know what are the functions, what is actually the suffix cyte, blast and clast means. Okay, remember that first of all, if it is chondroblast cell, right? So if it is chondroblast, remember it is a mother cell which is forming some another structures. Okay, so in case of chondroblast cell, it is going to produce the cell that is chondrocyte, right? Second one is the suffix cyte. If it is chondrocyte, it basically formed the structure of the cartilage, right? And if it is chondroclast cell, C-L-A-S-T, chondroclast cell means it is the destroying or destructive cell. First of all, in this above point I have written that in the embryonic state we have a cartilaginous structure, cartilaginous endoskeleton. So whenever our cartilaginous endoskeleton converts into a bony endoskeleton, at that time the cartilages are replaced by the bones. So how the cartilages can be replaced by the bones? It is because that the chondrocyte cell is present that forms the cartilage. It is destroyed by another cell that is called as chondroclast cell. So this chondroclast cell, they engulf the chondrocytes and destroy the cartilage, right? And in that region the bones start to replace the cartilage and it formed the bony endoskeleton. So just remember, if it comes to the cell, then yes, we have three type of cell. First of all, if it is cyte, it forms the normal composition of the cartilage, where it's the normal cell performing the function. If it is blast, then it is producing the chondrocyte, and if it is clast, chondroclast, that means it is going to destroy the chondrocytes. Okay, next one, fibroblast. Already I have given in the areolar tissue, in the earlier part, in the connective tissue proper, I have told you that if it is the fibroblast cell, then fibroblast produce the two type of proteins. One is the collagen protein and second is the elastin protein. If it is the first type, that is elastin protein, it forms the yellow fiber, and if it is the collagen protein, it forms the white fiber. Now the second thing, you can see the matrix. Now just see matrix or the extracellular fluid, which is very much important for the cells. So the cells have to survive in a medium. The fibers has to be suspended in a medium, and that medium will be provided by the matrix. So that matrix is not dead hard like the bones. It is flexible, it is pliable, and it is homogeneous. It's not like, see, if you see in case of the bones, the matrix is also found in layers, right? But what happens in case of the cartilage, the matrix is generally found in a homogeneous structure. That means there will be no layers present, or there will be no layers found. It is homogeneous throughout the cartilage. We are going to see only one layer where there is no thicker or thin region, or there is no suppose softer or no harder region. It is the homogeneous structure which is flexible. So that is the matrix or the extracellular fluid where the cells and the fibers are suspended. The third composition is the fiber. So we know already that there are two types of fibers present. What are they? That they are white and yellow. If it is white fiber, it is made up of collagen protein, and if it is the white fiber, it is made up of the elastin protein, right? So one thing also we know that if it is the white fiber, it gives the protection, and if it is the yellow fiber, it gives us elasticity, right? This white fiber is present in the bundles, and the yellow fiber which is present singly, individually, and the edges will bifurcate, so it look like a Y-shaped structure. So there are the three types of fiber. Now, depending upon the types of cartilages, our fibers are going to vary. In some of the cartilages, there are very few type fibers are present. If it is suppose another cartilage, then the fiber component will be very high. Okay, so depending upon the fiber content and also the matrix, we are going to have the three type of cartilages. We will see that later on. First of all, we have to know the structure. And also we should note that in case of cartilages, so this is very much important. This is some important point about the cartilage, that the cartilage growth, if the cartilage have to grow, then it is unidirectional. That means suppose this is the cartilage, this point will not going to grow. It is restricted. Only in one direction it will grow, right? So the growth of cartilage is unidirectional. Okay, so that point you need to know. Second point, that in case of the cartilage are devoid of blood, the lymph, or the nerve. Okay, so the cartilages will not have any blood supply, the lymphatic vessels will not be present, allowed to enter into the cartilage, even the nerve supply will also be restricted in the cartilage. So need to know that there is no blood vessel or lymphatic vessels, or no blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, or nerve are present in the cartilage. Yes, there is a very much important point about the cartilage, that this cartilage have a specific type of protein, okay, and that protein is known as chondrine protein. Okay, so chondrine protein is present in case of the cartilage, and if it comes to the bone, then bone will have another type of protein, and that is known as oscine protein, OSCEIN. So this will be also chondrine, DREIN, right? So that is about the important points of the cartilage. Let's just move to the structure of the cartilage, how it look like. So here this is suppose the cartilage, right? So how we can have a cartilage? That cartilage need to have a boundary. So that wall or the boundary of the cartilage, that will be a membrane. Okay, suppose this is the membrane. This membrane is known as the perichondrium. Remember, so this membrane is known as the perichondrium, right? Remember that. Now, if the cartilage do not have the blood or the blood supply, then how the cells, the chondrocytes, can survive? The reason that up to only this perichondrium, the blood vessels can reach, and the blood diffuse the nutrients and the gases only up to the perichondrium, and after that from the perichondrium the nutrients and the gases will diffuse into the cartilage. Okay, remember that. This is the important point about the perichondrium, that it is the layer of the cartilage, it is the boundary of the cartilage, and also it is the region from where the nutrients and the gases will be diffused into the cartilages, and the blood vessels will provide the nutrients only up to the perichondrium. Now next point, that here we are going to have this matrix. Okay, so there is a homogeneous fluid present, right? Now the next thing, that it is going to have the fibers. What I said, there are two types of fibers present. So depending upon the cartilages, fibers are going to vary. But in this part, I will draw both the two types of fibers. So here, these are the white fiber present, right? So this is the white fiber which is present in the bundles, right? So this is white fiber, right? Second one, this will be the yellow fiber which is individually present, right? So this will be the yellow fiber. Now the next point, that the cell that is chondrocyte, right? So this chondrocytes, remember that this chondrocytes, they are present in only one, or they can be present in a number of, actually in a group of 2, 3 or 4, right? So what are they? These are the chondrocyte, right? Now these chondrocytes, they are not randomly present in the matrix flowing somewhere or suspending somewhere. It is present inside a fluid filled cavity, right? So this is very much important, that these chondrocytes are present within a fluid filled cavity, and this cavity is known as lacuna. Okay, remember that there will be a fluid filled cavity present which is going to surround the cell, okay, chondrocyte. So that fluid filled cavity, this is known as the lacuna. Okay, lacunae in plural, that this lacunae or lacuna, they are going to be a fluid filled cavity which enclose the chondrocyte. Now the next one, that if we see these fibers, that means the fibroblast is also present. So here the fibroblast, that will be also present. Yes, so it is going to have the cytoplasmic projections, that protoplasmic projections will be present. So it is going to produce these fibers, both yellow and white fibers, that will be produced by this fibroblast. So this is the fibroblast cell. Okay, the next point, that we also have another type of cell that is known as the chondroblast cell, right? So where does the chondroblast cell present? Chondroblast cell actually is present just beneath this perichondrium, right? So just beneath this perichondrium, what we are going to have, this chondroblast cell, right? And this chondroblast cell are going to secrete this matrix, right? And also it is going to produce the cells that are chondrocyte. So this is the general view of the cartilage. So this is about the first part. We need to know about the cartilage, that what are the compositions of cartilage. 3 compositions are here. What are they? Cell, matrix and the fiber. This is the general structure of the cartilage. The characteristics of cartilage, what how many points I have given. See, first point, it is harder than dense connective tissue and softer than bone. It support and provide the shape of the body parts, various body parts like the tip of the nose. Okay. Then the second part, that is the pinna. Next one, in the embryonic state, we have the cartilaginous endoskeleton. This is the third point. Next point, fourth point, that the growth of the cartilage, this is unidirectional. That means only in one region, in one end the cartilage is going to grow, but the another end it will be restricted. So it is not able to grow. Next point, that there will be no blood or lymphatic or the nerve supply inside the cartilage, but yes, on the periphery the cartilage will have the blood supply. So that's why up to the perichondrium the blood vessels can diffuse the nutrients and the gases. Okay, but inside the cartilage, this gases and the nutrients have to be diffused inside the cartilage, right? Next one, that there is a protein, specific protein present. What is that protein? That is chondrine protein. So that is about the cartilage. We need to know this is about the general structure. In the next video, I will tell you about the different types of cartilages that we'll see in the next video. So that is about the cartilage. Hope you have understood. Thank you.